Gentlemen, welcome to your 2020 Draft Order Selection Special. I will be your host, your guide, your mentor, and role model. Jack Livingston, DJ Sausage, Big Fella, Big Sexy, Lerv, Dr. Slurvingston, the list goes on. This year is going to be a little bit different. We will discuss what needs to be done for the COVID IR spots, whether that's adding bench spots, extra IR spots, or changing how we do waivers altogether. We will have a solution because my office, we've got a lot of good minds working for solutions that work for everyone. I've done zero research. I remember nothing about last year other than I lost in like the semis or finals. But I don't remember anyone's team. So I will probably draw on like 2010 references when talking about your teams. But without further ado, setup's always the same. White pieces of paper, selection bucket, and let's just get it going. God, tough way to start. We got Quigs on top. Anytime I think of Quigs now, I just think about that absolute pounding we gave to DJ Shubes and Mills on the course, and that was just strategy, outperforming skill there. It really turned out well for us. Also, I don't know if this is a filter or if I'm really that gray, but I look fabulous. 239 the other day. No big deal. Second, Brum in the bucket. Been a while, good friend. You've been surprisingly patient with this video. I love that I make these and you don't really know when I'm doing it. But into the bucket nonetheless. Trucko, the judge, what a performer you are. Just meant to host. What a lovely weekend we had. Next into the bucket, Douch, Brez. I was a complete skeptic when the name game was brought up. I was proved wrong. And it takes a lot for me to admit that. Just a total treat and an absolute pleasure to be playing that game with you boys. Next into the bucket, future champion, Lerv. What needs to be said? It has been one of the most consistent performers in league history. And is someone that you should all look up to and exemplify your fantasy football career and in lives after. Next into the bucket, Fry Guy. Surprised you're not in the bubble. Covering all these hoops. I think your boys are up against the ropes tonight. So, it'll be a late night riding for you. Into the bucket. Lieberman. I haven't seen you in forever. But I just picture you with mid-calf high socks, the camo Northwestern hat backwards, and like your flow. That's just, you could change your look. That is how I will always remember you. Regardless, into the bucket. Also, similar draft style, which I appreciate and idolize. Scotty Heat, into the bucket. Total treat to see him. Baby on the way. I looked back at that video of your wedding where I interviewed you, and we said, what was it? It was, Scotty Heelan, you are now on the clock. Who will you be taking with the first overall pick? Todd effing Gurley. I watch that video all the time. Into the bucket. Next, Patty Mills, into the bucket. Flew into Michigan like a true gentleman before the, I was going to say Kenosha trip, but I think Lake Geneva and Kenosha are a little different. No reason, just think it is. But we had a wonderful time, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that you beat me in the match. However, I proved what I needed to prove there, that I'm a better golfer, and I'm just overweight. And couldn't do an entire week event, and, I'll be there at some point, just not this year. I'll see you next year. Ruckham, into the bucket. Love that winning hole against Rito that you had, and the punch shot. Emmy. Swing your swing. Got you the win. Reed. I guess Reed's not going to see this because he's not in the league. Never mind. Shots fired, Reed. Ruck into the bucket. Lenny. Folded. What do I want to say, Lenny? First thing that comes to mind is obviously the puke car. How could it not be the first thing? The possible door piss in Hinman, that'll go down as with UFOs, the pyramids, Stonehenge as the greatest mysteries in American history. We may never know, but regardless, into the bucket. And last name, DJ Shoopes, into the bucket. That round we had at Lake Lawn, afternoon, claws flowing, vodka's flowing. Just what a treat. That's an all-time round I'll never forget. It would be insane to skip that round. That's all I have to say. I didn't plant that name, by the way, but classic. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get this rolling. Names are shaking. I'll do my best to keep the bucket in view of the screen the entire time, but things happen. Hey, little boy. All right. So, with the first pick in the 2020 Fantasy Football Draft, we have... Quigs. You won't take David Wilson again. Put him on IR. We're going to have extra IR spots this season. First pick for Quigs. That's got to be McCaffrey, obviously. So, second pick is Rock Daddy, always at the top. I feel like you pick one or two every single year, but you trade for it a lot. So you'll have to pick the litter there, whoever you want, basically. AP, is AP still on a team? AP, Aaron Rodgers, both will be there. Got to take your picks. Ruckham also has the longest winning history in our league. Just always at the top. Number 3, Lenny. Lenny, you've had some really forgettable seasons, honestly, and I don't think it's lack of passion. I don't want to say that. I think it's just some bad breaks. I feel like you always have guys on bad teams. I don't know if that's just a causation or correlation situation, but just something I always think about. All right, with the 4th pick, we have Brum. I don't know if you're going to like that. I feel like there's the top 3 running backs, and then you could go Michael Thomas, Kamara, reach for that Chiefs running back, Clyde. The haters say that he's better than Kareem Hunt. Not as a person, though. Kareem, class act. All right, with the 5th pick, we have Fry Guy. The roomies, back-to-back there. Nicky Fryer, 5th pick. Another guy that, he had he had a real good team last year, and I think I was trying to trade for one of his players for, like, the entire season. But I'm sure everyone has one of those stories with me. Oh, it was Carry-On. Love Carry-On. I think Carry-On still has a good year, despite the DeAndre Swift pick. But I think that was the 5th pick, Nicky Fry. We'll have a good player available. 6th pick, we have Brez. It blows my mind that everyone is Brez, but also you are the only real Brez. One of my favorite terms that I'll use for the rest of my life. Brez. Unreal. And that was the 6th pick. Right in the middle. A lot of good options there. I haven't done any mocks, so I don't know where I want to be. So kind of anticlimactic for me. I I swear, that's not planted. 7. Oh, I haven't been in the middle in a while. Julio. What am I even thinking about? If Julio's there, he's mine. I'm a Julio guy. Always will be. With the 8th pick, we have Scotty He. Scotty He, I remember, had an absolute stable of running backs one season, maybe last season. Like 4 really good starters, but none of them were like the home run guys. Always has a good team, in my opinion, but I don't see a lot of high finishes out of you, Heelan. I'd like to see that change for you. With the 9th pick, Trucko. That's higher than I hoped. The fix is in, Trucko. I wasn't going to let you in the top 5. You serious? No chance. Moving on to, a little bit about Trucko's teams. I think he had a really solid squad last year. Obviously won 2 years ago with the Saddam comparisons for me, which I've heard worse comparisons. Moving on to 10, maybe? DJ Shoobs. I think that's probably in like Eckler territory, maybe Nick Shoob. I'd like to see you in I'd like to see you in a Browns jersey that says Shoobs on the back. Who knows? Inside joke that like 10 people know, so, and no one within like 500 miles of you. So, maybe don't do that. 11th pick, we have Patty Mills. In for the 11th. I think you're going to enjoy that pick, if I had to guess. I don't know, but it just feels like the right pick. You may have been how could I not mention? I have no idea who the Vitali jersey owner, winner / loser is. So I think it's Dowk or Miller, but I couldn't say for sure. Whoever has it, ship it to the loser. And then, so the 12th pick will be, I can't remember. Lieberman. At the turn. Tough spot to be, but a great spot if you know what you're doing. I think you can get some really good backs there. As I said, I feel like you always have a great team. So yeah, I always view you as high competition. So that's the order. We'll go through one more time. That would be Libman at 12, Patty 11, Shoobs 10, Trucko 9, Scotty 8, Sausage 7, Brez 6, Fryer 5, Brum 4, Linny 3, Ruck Daddy 2, and Queeks 1. So that's your draft order, boys. Like I said, we'll figure out the rules. I got a team working tirelessly on it. No overtime, of course, during these times, but they are working hard. I'll have this uploaded, and best for a great year. And if it doesn't finish, I think whoever still gets last place is the Vitali loser. So just want to get that out there. No squirreling out of that if it's not a full season. But those NFL owners aren't going to let this stop. So pleasure seeing a lot of you a couple weeks ago, a month ago. Hopefully we'll see you more often and soon, sometime in Chicagoland or elsewhere. But pleasure as always, boys. And let's have a great year. Ending in my victory for the first time ever. Goodbye.